Hello everybody, your conscience is calling again. In the last episodes, we spoke about how important it is for our conscience to be able to know what is right. And we posed the question at the end of the third episode, do we know what's right based on our personal values? Today we're gonna talk about this big question. The most difficult situation we face is when our conscience is torn between our personal values and the universal principles. We're gonna talk about this and provide examples during our episode today. There are universal principles that are essential for the well-being and survival of humanity. These include acting with fairness, justice, telling the truth, doing no harm, honoring individual autonomy, and respecting privacy. These principles act together. We should not apply one at the expense of the other. Alongside these general universal principles, we cultivate personal traits such as kindness, courage, honesty, loyalty, humility. There are personal values cultivated by our upbringing, culture, experiences. For example, you might hear someone say, family comes first. Others would say, loyalty is much more important than honesty. Loyalty is what makes a man. You might hear other people who would say, privacy is everything. To live with conscience, to lead our life, lead our work with conscience, we need awareness of what is right. Conflicts arise when our personal values conflict with universal principles, or when we apply one of those principles at the expense of the others. Let us go through some examples so we clarify in real life how this plays out. The first example, I defend my family member even when they're clearly in the wrong. Here, your personal subjective value of loyalty to your family conflicts with the general universal principle of justice and telling the truth. By respecting the general principles, you correct your personal value, because true loyalty isn't covering up harm. It is helping someone take responsibility for their actions and do better. Let's take a second example. I want to share a story that reveals the truth but exposes someone else's private information. Although by doing so, I would be respecting the principle of telling the truth, but I would also be violating the principle of respecting privacy. So I must address this situation in a way that allows the truth to be revealed without exposing private information unless legally required. Values can clash, and applying principles in isolation can fail. I just showed you examples from our simple daily life that demonstrate that. People and leaders who act with full awareness of integrated principles, universal principles, do not just serve themselves, they serve humanity. Life is complicated and decisions are rarely simple, but there are ways to make guided choices by conscience, not by convenience. In the next episodes, I will show you practical steps to do just that.